In El Paso, Texas, in 2020, Benny was diagnosed with neuroblastoma stage M4. Neuroblastoma is a cancer that starts in early nerve cells and commonly affects children under the age of 5. Neuroblastoma has one of the lowest survival rates of all pediatric cancers. Benny's family came to Cook Children's in Fort Worth to receive the best treatment for their son. This is Benny's story.
Cook it first, and then you put the cheese in it. Okay? Will you hold this for me, please?
No.
Benjamin is my middle son, and he is the most loving kid in our family. I know, we're gonna cook it, okay?
I'm gonna cook it.
You're gonna cook it? How are you gonna cook it? Okay, it's cooking. We were very blessed to have found out that Cook Children's had Dr. Granger, who specializes, has a full-blown team just for neuroblastoma. We came out here, our social worker was amazing, and then she told us about the Ronald McDonald home that is literally like not even down the block. It's in the same street. After his first treatment of chemotherapy, they showed us where the Ronald McDonald home was, and we got to register, and we figured out that it was somewhere that we could call home while we were not home. It helped Benny feel like there was somewhere to look forward to being other than in the hospital. If he was just sick of being poked and prodded, I would remind him, hey, just a few more days, and then we get to go to the Ronald McDonald house, and you can play in the park whenever you want, and you can go to the kitchen and get snacks whenever you want, and we can run around the hallways. And he would always get remote control car and race outside with whoever was out that day, and he would just love to do that. It helped him to cope and heal through a time where he can't really be a kid when you're walking around with a pole attached to you, or whatever the situation was. It was easy for him to forget that he was going through cancer treatment because he was allowed to be a kid here at the Ronald McDonald home. After a few months, he would start saying, Mom, when are we gonna go home? And then I would say, oh, in a few weeks. And he'd be like, but I see home, and he'd point at the red brick. And then he'd be like, oh, the Ronald McDonald home. Oh, we'll be there in a few days. We just got to finish treatment and then we'll go home. And we ended up staying 202 days in total.
How fast are you gonna get on a birthday cake or ice cream?
If you don't know anything about the Ronald McDonald house, just like I had no idea, I knew there was a place like the Ronald McDonald house and what it was called, but I had no idea what y'all offered.
I had a dream, the sun was shining on lonely fate, and on mine too, in our favorite place, something tall and frosty on a bistro table, and our friends were...
I would tell y'all that it's as close to home as you're gonna get without being home. And the reason for that is these complete strangers at first will get to see the hardest parts of your life and will also become the closest people that you have, because there's all these other families here also going through this hardship and can relate. And it's just like a big warm hug when you really need it the most.
When the sun turns its back on you, when you're caught in the light of the moon, it's still light, baby, and it can be ours too.